All right, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another episode of Brain Fried, where we're going to talk about some of my thoughts on the blockchain, some of these blockchain projects. And I know it's been a while. I've been diving so deep that I don't even have time to make some of these videos, and these are really just for fun and just for whoever's interested. But last time when we stopped, we were going through the graph and delegation and all that, and one of the things I said at one point was the indexer that I chose was indexing one of the subgraphs that was called the Phala chain bridge or something like PhalaNetwork, whatever it is. And so I started investigating into that a little bit. And the only reason why I'm talking about this one is because they are doing something kind of unique. But then at the end, I'll kind of summarize what I think, because there is kind of a twist. So I'm not completely impressed, but we're going to go through it and try to formulate it so that you can have your own thoughts. I'm just presenting the information, right? So yeah, I want to. Well, okay, I don't want to go through this right now, but so the reason why it's been such a long time since my last video is because I've actually been doing some deeper coding learning, deeper side of the coding side, and learning some, like Solidity and Web3 JavaScript interfacing type stuff. So I'm pretty interested in that kind of stuff. So I was just took a break from this and was trying to do my best to learn. So, all right, we're diving into this quick because YouTube limits these videos. So the first thing that I found, and I'm a little rusty, I set up these tabs a few weeks ago and I just never got to making this video. So I'm going to be a little rusty on this, but we're just going to highlight a few points of this project, and we're just going to kind of move on because just to make you aware of it and some of the unique things that I found, and then we're just going to move on. Okay, so Subquery is excited to announce that they're working with PhalaNetwork to power the advanced data behind the Ethereum Kusama bridge. Yeah, Subquery helps Phala build their new ERC20 chain bridge. And so the only thing you really need to know is that the Ethereum Kusama bridge is just a way to transfer something on Ethereum into the Phala blockchain, whatever, since data can be stored differently on each chain, so they have to have a special bridge. I don't want to get caught up on the bridge thing, but it's just think of it as a way to transfer data. So this is the only information I saw. They don't have much in terms of marketing, so I didn't really find much. I found like a GitHub. It took me basically to this Phala network. And there's not much on this delegation and mining, so I guess just to facilitate this bridge. And then they have Phala via Phala and then Phala via on finality. I'm not sure about that. This project started, I believe, white papers in October 2019. We'll circle back to that in a second. Currently, Phala is in a crowd loan state, I believe. Let me refresh this. Yeah, so the crowd loan, and what they're trying to do is get listed on, I think it's Polkadot. Yeah, DOT. And so they basically want to be infused into the Polkadot ecosystem. If you're interested, you can stake money, stake some DOT to basically vote for the Phala network, and then they'll give you, I think their return is 1 to 12 ratio. So for every DOT that you stake and basically vote for them, they'll return 12 Phala tokens. And then you get your initial stake back, as far as I understand. I've never done that before, but if you're interested in doing that, you can. Okay, so what is PhalaNetwork doing? They really emphasize this privacy, enhanced permissionless computing aspect of things, where things can be encrypted from basically protocol down to the hardware layer, hardware level. So that's what they say here: low-level, high-performance data confidentiality, and that is really. It's really on the lowest level. They're just running processes inside of what's called a trusted execution environment that are available on, I think, Intel, so a few Intel CPUs, and I think ARM maybe. They give a list somewhere, I forget, but we can go through that definition in just a second. I think I have that highlighted somewhere. So that's their slot auction stuff. Don't know if I want to say anything more about that. their forums, forum.phala.network, and they talk about their strategy. They're going to bid for auctions number 6 to 11. You can read all their kind of information here on that part. So technology, TEE, computing environment, this is what we're going to focus on. This is the most interesting. So they basically formulate these confidential contracts that can be ran inside these trusted execution environments, and anyone who mines on this network has to have this type of CPU, from my understanding. Let's watch this little clip. It's kind of a good, it's a interesting kind of commercial. I don't think it doesn't really apply though. Data breaches. Okay, I don't want to watch that. Basically, they're saying take back the network. Oh man, I get so frustrated when I when I have to like do these reviews on projects that just seem to be do things like just market themselves for the popularity, and they're not focused on the innovation. Let me pause for a second. I could be completely missing the mark here, but the I don't agree with your privacy policy, that's what sucked me in initially. And then after reading through some of their documentation, the real crux or the real meat of what they're offering is the trusted execution environment. For me, I don't quite see how those two connect. Like, I understand confidentiality, information confidentiality, and then having to click accept on someone's privacy policy. It doesn't fix, like, you still have to click accept, but now the project's data can be confidentially processed, basically. So I don't know. Maybe it's just my own frustration. I've been having not an amazing day. I'm gonna cut that out too. Phala Wiki, they have a whole wiki page. That's all I really want to say about this project. The thing that turned me off, I was so excited to read into this. Like, they're utilizing special hardware. This is the white paper, by the way, if you want to read through it. I think I made it through like halfway, and I was just like, this would be awesome. And then I was like, skimmed through the rest. I didn't think I fully finished it. But then I started talking to them in their Discord, or I think it was Discord. They started announcing, I think they even have the announcement here somewhere, Phala World. They started advertising this metaverse, and they call it Phala World, and they started raffling NFT. Like, they're starting to get into the NFT thing, which I'm not against NFTs. I have some, and I go through a bunch of those projects and all that, but the thing is, I thought this was like a confidentiality project. Like, I thought their focus was to optimize the use of these trusted execution environments, and they were going to be the backbone of DeFi. Like, they could basically behave as a backbone of DeFi. That was kind of what I was hoping and my thought process. And then they start announcing Follow World, and so now I'm like, okay, they're just trying to get onto the hype train, this NFT hype train. The thing, like, as a small business, as a startup, you gotta be focused on like your one thing. And if you spread yourself out, you're gonna have like 10 terrible projects instead of one really good one, in my opinion. And the Phala token, I think they're just trying to pump it up. Like, that's why I'm like so on the edge about going in deeper on this project, because I really just think they're trying to pump it up. I was not upset, but like I was kind of like my teeth were like grinning when they first announced this, and I was like, why are you wasting resources on developing a metaverse when that's like everyone is developing a metaverse right now? Your competition just grew exponentially, and before you had this trusted execution environment, and I'd never seen a project that was just focused on that. So I don't know. I don't think they were gaining as much excitement as they were hoping right away, and so now they're just jumping to whatever will gain the most excitement. And they're trying to get into Polkadot, which is, if they get into that ecosystem, then they'll probably get hyped up a little bit more. If you guys look into this and you feel a different way, I would suggest commenting something and we can dive deeper in, but just get like kind of just a top level overview of this project. I was on board initially when I just saw the trusted execution environment and what they're going to do with making information more confidential. And then once they mentioned metaverse, I was like, this is not a metaverse type project. This is more of a DeFi backbone infrastructure. So anyways, that might not be a big deal for you guys. That's just my opinion. I'm pretty strict when it comes to these like crypto projects just because there's a lot of hype around it and it's hard to differentiate what's a legit project versus what's just like a pump and dump project. That's kind of what I'm here to describe, is what project has legitimate innovation and which project is, well, I really only talk about projects that I think have legitimate innovation. And this one I felt like was there. Their motivation switched, or their goal switched. I don't know. If I would have read on this paper that, you know, Phala World was in the scope, then I would have been like, what? No, I'm not gonna even do a video on this. But anyway, so I set all this stuff up, and I just decided might as well talk through this project and then kind of just wipe it under the rug. If there's questions on it, we can always come back to it. So right now, what I'm going through is I'm doing some development for myself. So I'm doing some testnet. It was just like a tutorial thing for setting up smart contracts and such. So I might do a little video on that. Yeah, that's all I have for this. If you have any questions, let me know, reach out, and we can talk about more stuff. I'm always open to discussing these projects. I love talking about crypto. The frequency of these videos might be staggered a little bit just because it's kind of a busy time for me, but I'll do my best to keep discovering these projects and keep updating you as I find them. I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.